So here's my Variety Puzzles magazine, and I want you to see how I do some of my favorite puzzles. So here's my first one I'm going to do. Words looks like. So as you can see, it's blank boxes. Over here are letters that are going to be filling those boxes. Each box has a number in it. Over here is a key. Now, when you get more advanced with this, you won't have a key. But as you can see here, anytime in one of these boxes you see a 3, in that box is going to be a U. So here's a 3 and it's going to be a U. And I scan and look for another U, 3. And every time I see a 3, I'm going to put a U. Same thing for box number 6 is R. So when I see 6, I'm going to put an R. 6R. And if I see box 13, I'm sorry, I'm going to put an N. So I scan, I start at the top, and I see an N. Now automatically I can see I've got this row, I've got an N, a blank, and an R. So what is the most likely letter that's going to go in box 2? Well, we know it's going to be a vowel. Is it going to be an I? No. N-I-R is not a word. Is it going to be an E? No. Is it going to be an A? No. Is it going to be U? No, because we already know 3 is U. So most likely it's going to be an O. N-O-R is a word. So I can assume that 2 is going to be an O. So now I've designated 2 as O. So anytime I see number 2, I'm going to put an O. Now here's the thing about U's. U's are good to find because you can find the letter Q. Q is always followed by U. So once I find all the U's, I'm going to look for the Q. The N is number 13. The 6 was a given as R. And I decided that number 2 was going to be an O. So I'll go over here and cross off the O. As you can see in the puzzle, they have already filled out 3 for U, 6 for R, N for 13 for N. What is the most likely letter for number 22? It's another clue. It could be burn, B. It could be turn, T. A, B, and sometimes I'll just go through the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, U, P, W, X, Y, Z. Most likely letters are going to be B or T. But you don't want to put those in there until you kind of scan. B is not as popular as T. T could maybe show up a few times. So number 22, let's see how many times. I'm going to look and see how many times I see number 22. Oh, here's 1. I'm scanning, I'm looking for number 22. Here's 1. And these puzzles are good for your vision too. To try to find these boxes, you know, here's another one, see? Here's another one. But I'm getting ahead of myself. First of all, let me fill in the letters that I already have. starting with 2. Number 2, I decided that 2 was going to be O. Shucks, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All this time you couldn't even see what I was doing. 6 R. Here's another 6R. Now let's go ahead and fill in the 13s, which is N. N. In this line with U, R, and N, and there's a blank for 22. Now if you look at that, it could spell burn or turn, 22 being either a B or a T. Sometimes I'll just go through the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, U, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Well, we know it's not a U. 22 is not a U because 3 is a U. The 2 letters that make sense are either B or T. Now, B is not a very popular consonant, especially when we're just starting out with code word 1. So sometimes I'll just scan and look for other 22s. Here's a 22 here. Here's a 22 here. Let's see if I can find another 22. Here's a, well, of course, that one, 22. So I see 3 22s. Now the letter T, sometimes it's just a little more frequent because you can use tea, butter, matter. It's used a little bit more frequently than a B. 3 occurrences, that's not too many. Maybe it's going to be a T, but I'm not going to fill that in just yet. So I'm going to mark off A, because I think that's going to be, number 10 is going to be an A. So let's look at what we've got. We've got, this could be juror or Führer, and I believe the 2's are O. So I've got A's, I've got O's, I've got R's. I've got the Q and the U. But you know what? I keep looking at this right here. Maybe the A, maybe 10 is not an A. Maybe 10 is an I. And the reason I'm saying that is because this could be liquid. L-I-Q-U-I-D. It fits perfectly. And if 10 is an I, then this could be Q-U-I-T. 26 could be a T. So that's what I mean by trial and error. And so let's go back up here where I have the 2 10s here. If I think 10 is an I, it could be I R O blank I and 8. What would be I O? Oh, I O N, no. E. Okay, I was going to say ironed. So this is where your literacy skills come in. Your knowledge of words and the convention of words that helps you solve these puzzles. That's why I like them. It's so challenging. It could be I-R-O-N. I thought iron, but no. Because we already have, oh, I didn't even fill that in. I forgot. See, this is what I mean. Sometimes your eyes, you don't catch everything. And 13 is an N, so, and I didn't see that before. So maybe, what if I did this? So I'm going to use my trusty dusty eraser. And what if I had ironed? No, that wouldn't work because, see, not iron, but look at that. It could be ironic. And 8 could be C. You see how that I and I are there? The N, it could be ironic. Oh, here's another 13 I didn't see before. 13 is an N. Ooh. So let me go back and change that. Change those number 10. Maybe I'm going to change them to I's. All right. So we've got some letters that are blank. Now this is obviously COS blank MET. So I see. So obviously this is, and 14 is an M because cosmetic and menu makes sense. So I'm going to make 14M, and I'm going to look for all the M's. I mean all the 14s, and they are going to be the letter M. M is sometimes that's a double letter, so you want to look for that. Okay, so cosmetic, I don't see any other 14s. But now that we filled this in, remember I said this could be, up here could be Führer or Juror. What letter do you think makes sense? I've already used the F. So it makes sense that 15 is juror, because if I put the J here, I've got juror and I've got jam. So I'm going to make 15 a J. And it's usually only one of those, usually, especially with the first puzzle in the book. And it's easy to see these blanks now, and I don't see any other 15s. So 15 is a J. Now here's some letters that we haven't used yet. We haven't used W, X, Y, Z, V, K. Let's see, did we use S? I don't think we've used, well, yeah, we used D. 19 was D. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to fill those in. I forgot to fill in the 19. Suede. And, well, that's going to fill up some. Ado, much ado about nothing. Rid. Median. See, look at that. Nod. Idea. Yeah, I forgot to fill in the 19. So that filled up a lot of words. But again, we still have Z, Y, X, W, I did J. We still have K. Did I do 23? I didn't do 16. I still don't even have 1. A, N. So now look at this right here. I'm trying to decide what 11 is. I'm thinking this Y is going to be any. This word is going to be any. So that means 11 would be Y, because Y would make sense here and Y would make sense there. 11. Let's see if I can find another 11. I think 11 could be here, because this looks like this could be the word oxygen, with 5 being an X and 12 being a G, because G would make sense as a garden. This would make sense. And then Y, Yeti. And see, this one, man, I almost covered up the 5. So let's make 5 an X, which again, you usually have one of those. And let's make 11 a Y. And let's make 12 a G. So we have garden, 11, and 12 is a G, so that makes sense. Sag. And 21, I forgot to do that up here, hill. 21 is an H. And I forgot to fill that in. So geisha, like a geisha girl. We said 11 is a Y. Pry. We said 11 is a Y. I. Any. Yes, we said 11 is a Y. So we still have a 1. We still have 23. We still have 16. And we still have 17, 16, and 11 is a Y. Eli. Okay. So let's look what we have. 16 could be W. We haven't used that letter. Call, call, call. Wean, wean the baby. So let's look at, I'm proposing that 16 is a W. So here's a W. Let's see. Strew, new. Yes, 16 is definitely W. Oh, my handwriting's terrible. Oh, I said 17. Oh, I didn't say 17 yet. So 16 is a W. Now 1. We still need a 1 here. Now 17, I believe, is going to be Z, because you have rave, raise, and Z. So 17 is Z. Now look over here. I think this 23 is going to be V because we have Eve and Eve. So 23 is going to be V. And we've pretty much got this filled out except for one. What letter didn't we use? We didn't use the letter K. So 1 is going to be K. That's the letter that's left, and it makes sense because we've got uke and we've got a kin. So there we go, code words. Now here's something, if you ever get stuck, you can always find the solution on page 121 for the puzzle, or you can find the code word key on page 130. It'll tell you. So that's what I love to do for good, clean fun, and it helps me learn new words, and it challenges me to see what words I already know. Have fun. And one more thing, I apologize. This is my first attempt at videotaping, so I didn't do this very well, but forgive me, I'll do better on the next one. You weren't able to see everything that I was doing. I've got to figure out how to use my phone and do this at the same time, so I'm working on it. Bear with me. Have fun. Bye for now.